We are going to be doing some crafting today. I feel like every couple months I've been doing this where I do like a craft day instead of thrifting or upcycling. I will be doing a little bit of sewing though, but it's going to be pretty minimal. I think for this video I want to do another mosaic project, and I was thinking of maybe turning a pot into a cute mosaic pattern or buying a bird bath and putting mosaic tiles on a bird bath. That would be a bigger project and that might be a little too ambitious for today. So I have a feeling I'm going to end up just putting mosaic tiles on a pot and then getting a cute little plant to put in it. I also have a few other plants that I want to repot, and I thought it would be fun for spring to buy some flowers to plant. And I'm in the craft store parking lot right now. I want to get some fabric to make matching bandanas for the animals. And then I also want to properly introduce them to you guys because I feel like they're in a lot of my videos, but I've never told you guys what their names are. I do say their names in some of the videos, but I feel like it's time to do a formal introduction on each of my pets. And I think today would be a good day to make them all matching bandanas. And if I'm feeling extra ambitious today, I think I might try to bake some raspberry lemon cookies. Can I get all this done in one day? I don't know, but we're going to try. I'm at the craft store now. I need to look for some fabric. I want to find a plain pot that I can put mosaic tiles on. Maybe get some new glass. I do have some glass left over from my last mosaic project, but I only bought 2 colors, so I only have like an iridescent white and an orange. Gotta go to Lowe's and get some plants, and then maybe the grocery store to get some baking supplies. I think we'll start the day with a little sewing project. I got these 2 fabrics to make bandanas for the animals. So I thought that I would do the floral print for the girls and then the little bee print for the boy. I've never made a pet bandana before, but I imagine it's gotta be extremely simple, considering all I need to do is cut out a square, fold it into a triangle, and then sew the edges. Seems pretty simple. So I ended up getting 1 yard of the floral print and then half a yard of the bee print. I definitely don't need half a yard because my cat is very small, but I'll definitely have some extra of both, I think, to do something else with. I think for the smallest bandana, I'm going to make an 8" by 8" square. And I'm going to mark it on the inside, that way we don't see any of these marks. Is this big enough? Oh no, it's too little. The 8" by 8" was too small. I don't know why I didn't measure this first. Hey. So the smallest one's gonna be a 10" square, and then I'm gonna make 2 more for the girls at the same size. I'm thinking maybe 18, 19 inches. So I ended up making this one 19 inches, this one 18 inches, and then this one is only 10 inches. And now we're gonna fold it with the good sides together into a triangle. Now we're gonna sew along this edge here, but we're gonna have to leave a small opening to turn it inside right. Okay, so now we can use our little openings that we made and start folding it inside right. And now we can do the same thing to the other 2, and then we're going to iron around the edges here. So now that our triangles are ironed, right here you can see this is where the opening was. And we're just going to do a top stitch along these 2 sides here, and that will close that up, and it will also make it look more completed having this finished edge. And now here's how they look with the top stitch. Look how cute! I think now would be a good time to give a proper introduction to each animal as I put on their bandana. So this is Little Duck. I got him almost 5 years ago. He's gonna be 5 this fall. And I got him from the shelter 1 month after I moved into my first apartment. And it only took a couple weeks to realize I needed a pet. You look so cute with your bandana on. And this is Patty, aka Patricia, Pad Thai, Potty. She's turning 13 this year, and Kyle had her before him and I met. And I think she was a little over a year when he got her. And she's turning 13, I think in May. Right? You're gonna be 13? She likes forehead and cheek kisses, but she doesn't like to give kisses. And she likes to sunbathe. We're not sure what her breed is, but we think she might be boxer, blackmouth cur mix. You look cute with your bandana on. Come here, sit. Good girl. And this is Camper. I got Camper when she was just a puppy. The shelter that I got her from, they were working with a kill shelter in Georgia, and there was a litter of puppies that were scheduled to be euthanized, and she was one of them. And they scheduled transport to bring them back here and then to give them a chance at getting adopted, because the shelter I got her from is not a kill shelter, but they do work with kill shelters to try to give animals a second chance. I don't think she likes her bandana. And she is definitely a Velcro puppy. She loves attention and affection, but she is a very, very anxious dog. She will not go for walks. She's afraid of mailboxes, trash cans, cars, any loud noise. Luckily, we have a fenced-in backyard, so that's like her little sanctuary, and she feels safe back there. But yeah, she's gonna be 4 this fall. So she's just a baby, right? She's just a baby. And I figured now would be a good time to go to Lowe's and get some flowers and maybe a new plant. I also need a bigger pot to put my avocado tree in. Now that I've introduced all the animals to you, it was very difficult getting them all to stay still to film those little segments, but they stayed still long enough for me to put the bandanas on, so that's good. I want to cover this pot in mosaic tiles. I have some leftover glass from a previous project, but I also bought these 3 panels of stained glass. And I got this glass cutting tool from Hobby Lobby in the stained glass section. And these panels are super easy to break up into smaller little tiles. And then I'm gonna try to draw out a pattern. I don't want to do anything too intricate because I want this to be pretty simple, so I'm not going to spend too much time trying to make an intricate pattern. So I'm going to do like a scallop trim in blue, and then a little blue diamond shape under each scallop, and then a row of blue here. And then the rest of it I'm going to fill in with just a mix of the orange and white. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun to glue each tile on here. I'm going to leave space in between, that way we can grout it later. And for cutting the glass, I just keep them in the bag because it's easier. And then you use your glass cutters to break them up into little pieces. And then you can grab the smaller pieces and then continue just making them into even smaller pieces until you have the size and shape that you need. And also keeping it in a bag like this helps so that glass isn't just flying everywhere when you're cutting it. Okay, I think I've added all of the blue tiles that I want to add, and now we can go ahead and start working on our white and orange tiles. And now for the grout. I am no grouting expert, but we already have this in the garage. I have the bag in the background in case you wanted to use the same kind. All you do is pour a little bit into a container, and then you mix water until you have like a toothpaste consistency, and then you just slather it all over the piece. Don't worry about how messy it is or covering the tiles. We will wipe all the extra off later. I figured while the grout is settling, it needs to settle for like 45 minutes, and then I can use a damp sponge to wipe off the extra that's covering the tiles right now. I figured while we're waiting on that, we can start baking our lemon raspberry cookies. The recipe that I'm using today is by The Salted Sweets, and I will link it below if anyone is interested. And I just feel like lemon raspberry cookies sound very spring and summery and refreshing. A refreshing cookie, I don't know. I already have the oven preheated to 350, and now we just need to mix the sugar with the lemon zest. Half a cup sugar and 1 large zested lemon. And it says to mix the lemon zest and the sugar with your fingers. Now we can pour this in our mixer. Now add in 1 egg yolk, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, so depending on the consistency that you made your grout, you're going to want to let it sit for 30 to 45 minutes. I let this one sit for about 45 minutes before wiping off the extra, and I'm just using a damp sponge to wipe off any of this extra residue. These look and smell so good. One thing I will say, this pan is supposed to prevent you from being able to burn your cookies, but I honestly hate using it because it makes it very difficult to get crispy edges. And I even put it in there for an extra few minutes, but I'm gonna let these cool, pot a couple plants, and then we can come back and taste test. I'm gonna take this ugly one. Which one do you want?
This one.
Ooh, they're very soft.
Ooh. It almost tastes more like a pastry.
I was gonna say it's more cakey than I was expecting.
Or cakey, yeah.
I like the lemon.
It's got like a little zest to it.
I would give these a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's generous.
Generous?
I was thinking more like 8.6, something like that. I'm just kidding.
And here's how the Mosaic pot turned out after we finished wiping off all of the extra residue. I did end up wiping it one more time after it completely dried, just because there was a little bit of a white cast even after the first wipe down. And I just thought these marigolds would be really pretty in this pot, so I went ahead and planted 5 of these marigolds. So I know this wasn't my normal content, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway, and until next week, bye!